you have artists, you have entertainer, you have musician. I'm a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or past artist, or past entertainer, because from a small, me I entertain. If you go Queens High School right now and ask for Felicia Goodum, a famous from me in a grade up, from first farm. So we've been a entertain. So right now, you can call me a musician, man.
With us in studio today is dancehall artist and Gaza First Lady, Lisa Hyper. We'll be delving a little into her reunion with the Gaza team and what she's been up to musically. Lisa, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So first, tell us, what was your reaction when you got the news that the men were freed?
A lot of screaming. A lot of screaming because really and truly, I haven't slept for 2 days. Like 2 days before the release, I haven't slept. I was up like straight through. And then when I actually fell asleep, when I woke up, I got the news that they're actually out. So I just woke up screaming, running up and down, beer excitement. Like, I couldn't help myself. I just lose control. Like, I just never care how I look. I never care how I sound. Yeah, I just run out of the house and just start screaming and make up beer nice. So it was crazy.
So when you actually calmed down and you came to the reality that this is real, like they're out.
Right.
What were your thoughts at that point?
Well, when I actually calmed down, and came down a notch, I just started crying, Yeah, I started crying. I started thinking about, the conversations Vybz and I had previously before his release, I was so scared, for him when he came on to his health. So, like, every time I thought about certain things, I got really emotional. And, he knows when I'm getting emotional. So, sometimes him try to change the topic or give me a little joke because, trust me, him really, really strong. So, I always get emotional when I really, really sit down and think about them certain ways. So, feel like keep that firm footing there and, my headspace strong. I just think about, positivity and always tell them, say, yo, una come, una soon come. So, yeah.
Since the release, we hardly see any posts with Kartel without Lisa.
Wow.
What does this Gaza reunion mean to you?
Well, it really means a lot, because Gaza started out with me. I was there from the foundation, from the get-go. I was there before the Gaza even think about for evil be created.
Yeah.
So it really means a lot. And, seeing Sean and even Teddy, because, Teddy and I, we grew up in the same community. Vybz, Sean, Teddy, and I, and Cairo, we all grew up in Waterford. Cairo and Teddy and I, we went to the same primary school together, Waterford Primary. Teddy and I, we used to do track and field together. So if you interview Teddy, he can tell you more about me than me can tell you about myself.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, and there's so much to be grateful for. And right now, I'm just giving thanks. I'm just really giving thanks because, as I said, there's so much to be grateful for.
Yeah.
But most of all, I'm just so grateful that they're out, free, and they can just continue to live their life on the outside.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Just to clarify, by Teddy, that's his alias. Who you refer to as Teddy?
Teddy? Tigo, man.
Tigo, oh, good.
Teddy.
I just wanted his correct name.
Yeah, Teddy.
All right, cool. All right, since we're on the note of, or the topic of Kartel and the connection you both share,
right?
You know that in the streets, people are saying that you seem to be, overstepping in Kartel's fiancé, Sidem's pace or role.
Right.
Would you like to address this assumption right now?
Well, I'm going to keep it positive. If I'm there, I'm supposed to be there. I don't do the pop-up. Yeah, me not do pop-up, right? So if I'm there, I'm supposed to be there. And see them and I are fine. Yeah, it's never a negative moment or a negative energy when we're around each other, you know, because as we say, as it's family. No matter the past, right now, it's not about the past, it's about the future. So as I say, it's never a negative moment or a negative energy when it comes on to see them and I, you know, because she already knows what it is when it come on to me and Vybz. Everybody might just say, all right then Lisa, well, I'm used to there and whatever, but it's really more than that, you know, and she knows that. So, you know, we don't really watch that. Yeah, we don't really watch that. I don't feed into it neither, because what's understood doesn't need to be explained. We can leave it there, so.
Right, that's so.
Right.
And we know, as you mentioned earlier, the type of relationship that you share with Vybz, and how you look up to him, as you know, you were there from day one and everything. But how would you describe the relationship in terms of the mentorship that he provides for you and all of that?
As I said, I was around him from I was small, from the age of 5. Even when going to Queens High School, he was around. My SBA them, him help me with my SBA them. If Queens have no concert, I call him and him come. Like before even my friend them even know of Vybz Kartel, and me I introduce him music and him to them. So like it's different. I've been learning from him from a tender age. You know, I can't go around that. I'm grateful for everything we learn from him, right? Because knowledge is something very important to me, you know. So, yeah, grateful for all our learn from him. But as I said, like people, I don't think people realize how far we are come from, you know.
How did Kartel's absence dampen or slowed your career, if you believe it happened that way?
Well, it affected me a lot. I'm not gonna go around it. But as I said, I know how to adapt, and when it come on to doing what I have to do, I'm gonna do that. I mean, would I get the title First Lady if I never know where it take? So it did affected me a lot. Not only, you know, because you know, him being a mentor, but it's like when it come on to other things, like can just call him and say, what you think about this, or you know, what you think about that? You know, it's like we couldn't get to do that. So certain things maybe have to figure out for my own, you know, which him always wanted, you know, for me, you know, to be able to stand on my own 2 feet, not needing anyone, not even him.
On that musical note, you've recently dropped a single titled Attitude, which got supporters talking. So tell us a little bit more about the idea behind this single.
Well, Attitude came in my head like after 3 in the a.m. one morning. And like when I came up with the first 2 lines, I knew it was gonna be a hit. So I didn't have any rhythm when I created it. So I had to, you know, hit up Ivy League. When I hit up Ivy League, I was like, yo, I have something for you, know. But when I call him, he was like, you know, someone just did I go link you. And that was like after 3 in the morning. You see? Because, yeah, from like a week or 2, I kept putting up writing on my status. So him knows me I write. So he was like, you know, someone just did I go link you. Someone say, you know, me I link you, but tell us me I have a song for you. And him I said, Jano, what kind of rate this? So when send him the demo of the song, him said, no, Mama, I have to do this right away. I'm say, you know, say, that song you have a Christmas breeze with it though. I have to drop it for Christmas.
Yes.
So we're going to the studio. The composer, Kurt, big up Kurt, he was there and him just build the rhythm on spot right around it. So I sang it a few times and him build the rhythm around it. And that was it from there. So
Lovely.
I saw attitude come out. But it just did have a Christmas vibes about it when I say, yo, I have to drop it. Christmas.
Pretty face, but my attitude stink. In my room, well clean and pink. I know my chain alone, my full of links. Some girls say them bad, but I that them think. Text through them and find me interested. But a money alone get me interested. Now have time for them, my life festive. Yeah, festive. This a girl love stash money. Give me a mix, scratch a big cash money. Call me bubble gum, yeah me that gummy. Run where you waste, boy, where you act funny. Perfect crash dummy. Man fi always smell good. I know man fi practice proper hygiene.
It's a very confident song for the ladies. Feisty. You know, confident and feisty. That is what I think about. That is the energy I get from it. But I still wanted, you know, to put a little motivation in it. So in it where I said man for always smell good, you know, and woman must always practice proper hygiene, you know. Yeah, I just felt like I needed to put that in it because sometimes the man them no smell good and sometimes the woman them just not practice proper hygiene. So you know, we have to make them know them something there, you know?
For real. All right. I've seen the responses, but how would you say the reaction has been and how does this make you feel since you dropped that single?
Well, the reaction has been great. The feedback has been great, which I expected, you know, because like the way how I changed up my voice in it, you know, a lot of people say, you know, the starting of the verse, and I said, this a girl love star. Oh, she sound like Lady Star.
I saw that.
And them go on with themselves. So, you know, it's very flexible. You know, you have the singing part, which is the chorus, and then you have the DJing part, which is the verse. So, yeah, it's a very flexible record.
Lovely. And in the reaction also, we've seen where it's been trending #1 on iTunes and
Right. The video is #1. The song is actually #9. It's at #10 now. The record itself is #17
on reggae iTunes.
Right, on the US All Genre chart. So yeah, it's doing great already. You know, and it just released, but we have one heap more to come. So big up Ivy League and big up my team.
Cool. Since the reunion as well, we've also seen where you've released a single with Sean Storm.
Right.
As well, titled New Money. Yeah, what was the vibes like creating that collab?
All right, so New Money, you know, me and Sean close. You know, knowing that we come from the same community and stuff, so we're close. But when we really think about it, for the years that we know each other, we do have a collaboration together.
True.
So the night when we go studio with him, right, big up Eastern Entertainment, because, you know, I've been working with them, but I didn't know that he had connections with them. So when he met me know, say, yo, at a studio them, I go, you know, it was cool for me to pull up because I'm not too really like go anyway. So when we did it, you know, them I play the rhythm and, you know, 3 line coming on my head and I make him hear it, but I still never did a pre-collaboration. So him going at the studio and him do him thing, and when him come out, I just hear him say, Lisa, your turn. I was like, oh, what kind of stick up this, brother? Him say, Lisa, your turn. So I just go in there, do my thing, add my energy to it, and it was a wrap. Right, so it wasn't planned. You know, it was organically done, and when me hear him come with theme flow, a beer nice we start make up in the studio because the floor is just so fresh and it's sick, and I was like, damn, wish I find a floor there, man. Yeah, so it was exciting and it was very great. The energy was great. The frequency was very good, and I'm glad it never forced. It just happened at the right time. So, and that's doing great to New Money.
What do you think keep Lisa Hyper afloat and, you know, keep on producing good lyrical content while staying current and relevant from your start in the music years ago?
Well, what keeps me afloat is my journey, you know, knowing that this is my purpose. Because don't get me wrong, you know, at times, you know, the obstacles, the trials, the tribulation, I not gonna say sometimes I don't feel like for throw in the towel. Yeah. But when you really think about it, when you see when God bless you a certain way, you can't waste it. You see me? You can't take it for granted. You know, you have to just get up and brush off and continue the journey. So really and truly, my journey and my biggest motivation, you know, my journey, you know, because I appreciate everything about my journey, the good, the bad, because it molds me into the woman I am, into the woman I'm becoming. You know, it molds me, you know, to be a better daughter, a better sister, a better friend, you know, a better entertainer, a better musician. Yeah. You know, so, you know, you have artists, you have entertainer, you have musician. I'm a musician. Yeah. Yeah. Or past artist, or past entertainer, because from a small, me I entertain. If you go Queens High School right now and ask for Felicia Goodum, famous from me in a grade up, from first farm. So we've been an entertain. So right now, you can call me a musician, man. Yeah, man, we're fully upgraded.
With the current hype around Vybz Kartel's upcoming show, Freedom Street, in which you're booked, right, how will this event transform the musical landscape in Jamaica?
How will it transform? I think like this concert, it's more effective on the tourism side because the amount of tourists that will be coming in, all of the hotels them book out already. You know, I have friends overseas that like I'm getting a lot of calls wanting me to help them to get Airbnb, hotel, that means that everywhere book out. So I think for the country and a whole, it is very good for the country and a whole. When it comes on to the performances now, like that's gonna be historic, you know, because it's gonna be a classical performance, a trending performance, a futuristic performance, because, you know, both the old and new will be there. You will be hearing both old and new songs. And I mean, for me, it's him getting to see his sons, you know, making him proud, you know, because that's one of the best feelings so far, you know, when I'm around him and his children are around, seeing him so happy, you know, seeing, like, trust me, you wouldn't even understand how good that make me feel. Yeah, man. So.
And that night, what will Lisa Hyper bring as her individual stamp to make her mark at that event?
The hype. Or you can say hyper, but the hype, I'll definitely bring in the hype. I'll be performing the classics and I'll be performing the new. So it's going to be a flexible performance, a well-rounded performance, and it's going to be historic, as I said before.
Oh, good.
Right.
Good. What's next for Lisa in terms of shows, projects, releases, any album?
Okay, so I'm not going to give us too much, but right now is an attitude moment. For the next project, you'll be seeing me very soon. Not very far, but for the next project, you'll be seeing me very soon.
What will that project be? Any hints? Any nothing?
All right. I'm just going to leave you with one word. Soul Cry.
Album title.
Soul Cry.
Did I guess right?
Soul Cry. I'm not going to say anything else but Soul Cry. So that's the next project.
Shout out your social media and where viewers can find you, you know, to keep up with your music and stuff.
Right. Well, for TikTok, it's Lisa_Hyper. For Instagram, it's Lisa_Hyper. For Facebook, it's Lisa Hyper. For Twitter, it's Lisa Hyper Music with a Q. I leave out anything? No.
YouTube.
No, I'm gonna leave out anything.
You said YouTube?
YouTube, Lisa Hyper Vivo. Right. If anything with Lisa Hyper, just link up Connect Media. Press K. Yeah, right there so. Big up my team. Love you know. Big up my fans. And big up God.
Right, that's
big up the stars. Star among stars. No Scooby-Doo. Stars among stars. Just right there so.